I don't think you're ready, but we're gonna do this. Let's go.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy here, Craz-E Angel. Welcome to my channel. This is a review segment in my channel. Usually I do travel videos, but I want my channel to be more content on different subjects. And right now, like I said, this is a review segment. So as you see by the title, this is a review on Carvana. As a former employee of Carvana, driver to be exact. My wife actually works for Carvana right now, but she's not a driver, she's an inventory. I want to give you some reviews on Carvana. Any of you thinking about joining Carvana, you don't know what Carvana is like, what the pay is like, you know, the benefits, is it a great place to work? I'm finna answer all your questions, okay? Listen up. So first thing, let me tell you a little story, okay? So 2018, I left JB Hunt in goals to get my own truck, right? And apparently it didn't work out, so I ended up doing like some little side gigs here and there, just trying to search for a job. It became, you know, it started, you know, we was going into the holidays, so not a lot of places were hiring. So I get this call from Carvana. Seen the place, didn't know what exactly Carvana was. Get this call from a recruiter. He says, "Hey, is this Elisha Boyd that I'm speaking to?" And I said, "Yeah, this is he. How can I help you?" And he says, he gives me all the info on Carvana. He says, "I'm a representative of Carvana. We're looking for drivers. There's a Carvana in your area. Are you interested in driving?" I said, "What do you guys do? Are you local? What is it?" He says, "Well, you know, it's a car hauling business. Well, it's a car kind of like a car dealership." He explained to me what Carvana was. You know, instead of, you know, going to a dealership, you can do all that stuff online, you know. So I said, okay, that's cool. So then he tells me the benefits of driving for them. He was like, you know, you'll work 4 days on and you'll have 3 days off. So I'm like, okay, what else y'all got? He said you get all your full benefits. You know, you get all your benefits, you know, the first day you start. So I'm like, okay, what else? So then he tells me that you can get a discount with $1,500 discount on their cars when you work for Carvana. So I said, okay. I said, I don't have any experience of driving hauling cars. He said, that's okay. They'll send you to orientation where they'll train you how to do it. So I'm like, okay, this is a type of I can't think of the word. This is an area in trucking that I've been wanting to do for a minute. I wanted to learn how to haul cars. I've always get my feet wet in different sections or different departments when it comes to trucking, whether that be tanking or driving, reefer, whatever. I'm trying to learn how to do it all, so I'm flexible. So I'll go to orientation, blah, 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 all of that. And orientation was the best orientation I've ever had. They give you a phone. An iPhone to be exact. They threw barbecues. They took us out to eat. I mean, you know, a couple of us guys, we got together and went to the strip club on our last day, and then two of us went to a baseball game. I mean, we had a good freaking time. It was one of the best orientations. That only lasted a week, only 1 week. Best orientation I've ever had. Immediately starting Carvana right afterwards. You know, this is where my review comes in. So in my time of working with Carvana, I have to say that it's not a bad company to get started if you want to learn how to haul cars. They will work with you, okay? do know Carvana, excuse me, Carvana is, how you say, a starter company to me. It's not a trucking company. They just happen to have trucks, okay? And you do follow DOT rules, okay? I did get exactly what I was promised. 4 days on, 3 days off. Let's talk about the days. Let's talk about the days on. So yes, I do get 4 days on, 3 days off. Now, not to mention, you get 18 days of PTO your first year, and your second year you get 21 days of PTO. That's a good benefit. Now, what they don't tell you is you don't get all them days all at once. You get them days at each paycheck you get. So as the year goes on, you're earning time, and it eventually equals up to 18 days to 21 days. You know what I'm saying? So when you started, they don't really tell you all the truth. They don't tell you like, oh yeah, you get 18 days, but they don't tell you, no, you do not get that all at once. You gotta earn a certain amount of time each paycheck. So I forget how much time. They've been changing up so much. But let's talk about the days first. So yes, it is 4 days on, 3 days off. Okay. I do know that's what my center. I was in the Indianapolis IC inspection center. That's what that means. Not the vending machine. We deliver to the vending machine a couple of times, but we don't work at the vending machine. They do have jobs you can do there, but that's different. When it comes to hauling cars, yes. When I say hauling cars, I'm not talking about those trucks that you see one car on. I'm talking about 9-car hauler. You're gonna learn how to do that shit, okay? If you're afraid of heights, if you can't climb, this ain't the job for you. But yeah, you do get your 4 days on, 3 days off. Now in Indianapolis, I can tell you how they do it. At night times, because we don't have loaders to load our stuff, the nighttime drivers, which I was, we got 3 days on because we work longer. Now the people in daytime, they get their stuff loaded, so they had to work 5 days because they're not getting as much time. They're not working as much time as we are, because that extra time is loading and unloading. You know what I'm saying? It's hell sometimes, because sometimes it be cold as fuck outside. They want you to load that shit. You got to be out there. You know what I'm saying? The parking lot is huge. I'm just gonna let y'all know that. As far as my days, I went on 3 vacations, even during the pandemic. I've been to Thailand. If you look at my videos, I've been to Dominican Republic. I've been to Cancun. I visited Japan. I just didn't do no video in Japan. But if you look at my videos, these are all the places I went. That was during my vacation time. I used my vacation time. My suggestion, when you work here, use your vacation if you can. Okay? You know, do not fucking waste your time with a job and not take a vacation for yourself for a job that'll replace you next week, if they could. Okay? So your days, yes, they were truthful. Now other centers, other places might be different. You might work all week and have the weekends off. It's different from any center. You just got to check with where you are. So if you in Texas, check and see what their policy is. But generally, it's supposed to be 4 days on, 3 days off, which I thought was a huge perk. Like most guys want this. Yes, and yes, you are home every day. You are home every day. This is not an over-the-road position. You literally go to, you do your route and you come home every day. They got different shifts. You got first, second, and third shift. You pick which one. I'm a night driver. I don't personally like dealing with fucking bullshit traffic. I don't got time to be stopping at way stations. I want to get and go, okay? Because you want salary. We're not getting paid by the mile. That's another thing. You're paid. You're not getting paid by the mile. We're getting paid salary. Now, there are places to start off with different salaries depending on the cost of living. I know here in Indy, you start off at $60,000 a year, and after 3 months, after your first 3 months, it bumps up $2,500. Excuse me, sorry about that. I had a phone call. So what was I saying? Yeah, so you're not getting paid, you're getting paid salary. And guess where I was. So Indy, they start you off at 60. After your first 3 months, they bump it up 2,500, and after your first year, they bump it up another 2,500. So after your first year, you're making about 65,000 a year. Depending on how much they take out of taxes, you're making about 1,800 a week, 1,800 every 2 weeks. So you have to take that in consideration. Also, yes, you do get paid every 2 weeks. That's how often we get paid. Usually it's the same amount, but they do this thing where if... Jesus, what's wrong with this camera? Sorry, y'all. They do this thing where if you work an extra day, it's your day off or whatever, they'll pay you an extra $300 to $400. Before I left, they kind of bumped it up. I wouldn't know because I hardly ever did extra days, only because I thought it was a ripoff. But they work with you. Give me a second, please. So yeah, if it's the weekend, you get paid an extra 100. Now, this is how they do it. So if you, let's say you sign up for extra days, right? And they don't need you for those extra days. Like, they just didn't need you, but you still signed up. You still get paid. You still get paid for those days that you signed up for. So, because you left yourself on call to work those extra days, and they didn't need you, so they need to pay you for that. That makes sense. You know, I put aside a lot of stuff to be prepared for you guys, and if y'all didn't have nothing, y'all still have to pay me, because I could have did other stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's a good benefit. They bumped it up before I left. I don't know what they bumped it up to, because I got tired of this shit, so I was just like, okay, I gotta go. So, but yeah, that's just in Indy. I don't know, I can't speak for other centers, but it's generally the same set of rules. Some centers do differently. You just have to figure out how your center operates, but it's generally the same. Different centers start off, like I said, they start off at different salaries. Like California, they start off at 70 for the first 3 months and bump it up to 75,000 after a year. And that's because it's Cali. You gotta think about it, it's expensive. And every year after that, you get paid $2,500 extra on your salary. So your pay raise, you always gonna get a raise every year, if that makes sense. My suggestion, you can do what you want to do. We all grown. If you ever work for this company, I say get your experience and get the fuck out. Okay, it's just simple. Get your experience and get the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? Go and do your shit. Because I had a thought when I was there. You know, I asked my manager. I said, what if I just worked every day and just did all my days off in a row? So meaning, like, you know, you get 3 days a week, right? And, you know, instead of working 4 days a week, I just work all those days, and all those 3 days for each week. So it's like 4 weeks in a month. So I just do 12 days at the end of the month. He said, no, we couldn't do that because you might run out of time. I'm like, we're truckers. As long as I don't go over 10 hours, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? If I could run on recaps all day long, but he was, you know, he did what most managers do. When you bring an idea, they nod their head. They say, that's a good idea, and I'm glad you brought that point up, and I'm gonna get back to you on that. That's a nice way and a bullshit way to say no. Okay, just tell me no. Don't fucking bullshit me. Don't give me that. I hate when people play with your intelligence when they do that shit. But that's basically what I got. I did meet some cool ass people. I got 2 friends, you know, I hang with, even though I'm not at the company no more. I got 2 friends that I hang with. We like the bestest friend. You know what I'm saying? We have a good time together. We actually going to Gatlinburg at some point together. Me, them, and their wives, and my wife, and, you know, we're all supposed to be having a good time. But we talked about pay. We talked about your vacation. Like I said, your benefits. I got injured on the job, and my insurance covered my surgery. I had a knee surgery. I had a torn ACL. And while I was out, I was getting paid from, damn, what is it? Y'all know what it is when y'all get paid for injury. Damn, y'all know what it is. Comment down. I can't think of the word right now. I'm having a brain farts today. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, yeah, my benefits covered. You get dental, all of that. You can go through the benefits and see what you like. Okay. The people are good. The pay for somebody who never. It depends on what you're willing to take. Simple. What are you willing to make? What's your goal, or what do you expect to make? Okay, if you're expected to make more than 60,000 or 65,000 a year, this ain't the job for you. You need to go somewhere else. If 50 to 65 is good for you, go ahead and start here. But my suggestion is get in here, get the fuck out. Now, oh yeah, not to mention the company does give you, you know, they gave me some stocks. They gave a lot of people stocks. So you get a couple of shares of the company, which is a benefit. Some people was cashing out with $10,000. You know, that was just like a incentive they was giving. I really think the incentives, a lot of places, a lot of other centers, a lot of other ICs, they give their employees great incentives. I don't know what the hell is going on with Indy. Indy needs to step it up, you know. Even for driver appreciation week, what we got, like what, some burgers? I don't even eat burgers, but like it was just like, damn. After all your hard work, all the shit you put up through, you know, most companies, they reward you. Their reward is fucking pizza. Some cheap ass pizza from Little Caesars. Like, motherfucker, you couldn't even get me this expensive shit. Like, y'all, that fucking press, like, come on now. Like, somebody ended up getting a car for Christmas. Or no, the company gave out a car to one of the employees. I don't know who got it. I really don't care. I got a car. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 cars actually. You know what I'm saying? The reason I left, I just realized in order to do what I want to do, which is I want to work for 3 weeks, take a week off, and travel. Like, do what the fuck I want to do. Travel to a different country. Y'all see my videos, I'm having a great time. I don't want to continue that. So, the reason I left, I need my own authority. And the only way you're going to do that, go get your own authority. Plain and fucking simple. Stop working for a motherfucker for the rest of your life and get your own. You know what I'm saying? Get out here and get your business. Wifey, she worked there. She found her niche. She loves it. She's one of the best workers they got. If I go there and say, hey, y'all know Nicole? Yeah, we know Nicole. Yeah, she's, well, they love her. They love her. They big on safety, and they also fucking contradict themselves. You know, they don't want you doing certain things that's unsafe, right? But they think it's okay to call you on your phone while you driving. That's unsafe. There's be shit like that. It'd be like, y'all are backwards. You know, like, you have no problem texting me and you know I'm driving, and you want me to respond to your text while I'm driving, but you don't want me to speed in the parking lot. You don't want me to go past 10 miles per hour. Like, that doesn't make no sense. Like, how you want me to be safe here, but you want me to be safe here? You know what I'm saying? That, you know, most companies I know, they fire you if they caught you on your phone while you driving. They believe that that's unsafe. If you gonna be safe, be fucking safe. Don't bullshit it, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I don't really care. I don't work there no more. It's what it is what it is. I'm not saying it's a bad company. I'm not finna down Carvana because I had a shitty fucking center. I hate micromanagement. Like, you know, I had to leave. It's not a lot of advancement. It's not really a lot of advancement. Like, you know, they say they care about their employees, and then there's times it's like, do you really care about your employees? Like, I think the company cares about its employees, but the people managing don't care about the employees. You get what I'm saying? So, If you're looking to go into Carvana, you can comment down below. If you got questions, you can always hit me up on my Facebook. I can show you my Facebook real fast. This is my Facebook, so if y'all ever need questions, y'all got questions about Carvana, you know what I'm saying, just hit me up on my Facebook, and you know, I will respond to that faster than I would an email, because I don't always get notifications that I got an email, you know. And it's better that way, because you get spam. You don't want notifications from spam, you know. But if you were to message me on my Facebook, it'll pop up on my phone. Like, okay, who's this? Oh, a guy needs questions. Okay, if you got questions about Carvana, I can answer more questions. Like I said, Carvana is not a bad company. I, for one, just think I was doing way too much for what I was getting paid. I felt like I was getting paid the underdog. We the underdogs. We getting paid less than what we, you know, should be making. You know, yeah, we get great benefits and shit like that, but like, what good is the benefits if you got expenses? You know what I'm saying? If my expenses is like $3,000, you know, a month for all my expenses, you know what I'm saying, what I'm making there is not gonna cover it. You know what I'm saying? I had to go. I'm looking for the big bucks. So but yeah, I met some great people that still work there. Coolest people I've ever met. You know what I'm saying? They got different expenses, and it depends on your expenses if you want to work here. Like I said, determine what's your desired salary. Okay, if your desired salary is 50,000, between 50,000 and 65,000 starting off, then go ahead and apply for a Carvana if you good with that. But if you trying to make the big bucks, which I'm trying to be in the fucking 6 digits, you know what I'm saying? I don't want that little bit of chump change. Like, yeah, we've been there, done that. I'm trying to get the money, you know what I'm saying? I'm chasing the money so I can do a lot more stuff. Not to be rich, not to be, you know, a show off. Is, you know, things that I want to do, and it's gonna cost money. So yeah. So oh yeah, so one thing I forgot to mention is routes. As far as routes, a lot of people were asking me about how do they run you, and I told you they run you you're home every day, so basically you're doing a short route. I know here in Indy, they have a couple of different routes you can pick. You have a bucket that you bid on, and you basically get the bucket that you bid, if depending on your seniority. So here in Indy, our buckets would be the Chicago bucket, the Cincinnati bucket, the Indy vending machine bucket, Louisville, Kentucky bucket. We used to have a Milwaukee bucket, and we also have a Grand Rapids bucket, St. Louis and Memphis bucket. Now I'm gonna tell you the difference between some of the two. Now oh yeah, we also have Cleveland bucket. Some buckets were taken away, some buckets some buckets stayed. Milwaukee, we don't have that anymore. They might come back, I don't know. I'm not there anymore, so things change almost every freaking 3 months at Carvana. But buckets are basically your routes. So I did the St. Louis bucket longer than anybody. Like when I first started, I was like, hey, keep me on the St. Louis bucket, and I'll just do that. You ain't gotta ask me what bucket I want. Just know that, just keep me on that same thing, because it was simple. You come in, you load up your truck, you drive like to a meet point, which would be Beach Grove, not Beach Grove, what's the name of that? Pontoon Beach. And so we would meet up at Pontoon Beach at that pilot, right? And I would meet up with another trucker from the Kansas City area, right? We meet halfway, right? And he has a loaded truck and I have a loaded truck, and we trade trucks. I take his truck back to the yard. He takes the truck that I loaded back to his yard, and I'll unload and then go home. That's how simple the bucket was. Those are called meet points, okay? So buckets like that would be like the Memphis bucket, Cleveland bucket, St. Louis buckets. Now, I don't know what's going on with Kansas City. I don't know their buckets or any other places, but I just know Indy. I'm just giving an example. You know, they got meet point buckets. Then you got other buckets where it's like vending machine buckets. You take in the cars to a vending machine. You load up your truck. Excuse me. You load up your truck, and then you go to the vending machine. Of course, you're gonna have a key, or we have a thing on our phone that scans us in the door. You unload your truck, and then you have a certain amount of cars that you're bringing back to the yard. Then you take that back to the yard, unload at the yard, go home. Simple. Those are called vending machines. We was going to like Cincinnati. No, it's not. It's not Cincinnati. Louisville, Kentucky, and the Indy vending machine and Chicago vending machine. Then I heard they was building more vending machines elsewhere, but I don't know where. Then you got the hubs. Those buckets are pretty much just like the vending machine, except for you're not taking it to a vending machine, you're taking it to a hub. So you're taking it to a Carvana hub where you're gonna like, basically you get your cars loaded at the yard, take it to this hub, unload, load up your cars, bring them back to the yard, unload. You know what I'm saying? Grand Rapids was one of the only ones where you got your stuff loaded for you when you came in. You drove up there, unloaded, loaded, and then when you came back, you didn't have to unload because it was such a long run. It was the longest run they had. But typically we don't drive no more than about no more than 300 miles going one place and then 300 miles coming back. So usually it's less than that. Like I said, going from Indy to Chicago, it's like that's a good 3-hour run there and a 3-hour run back, not including the time it takes you to load and unload. It takes me, before my surgery, it took me about an hour and some change to load up. It takes me about 45 minutes to unload, but it takes me about an hour and some change to load up. After my surgery, I started moving a little slower, so it took me about an hour and 30 minutes to load up, depending on if all your cars is there. Because sometimes you wait, you know, we might have cars coming from another state from another driver, and we're waiting for him to get in so I can take his cars off and take what I need to go on the truck. Some cars might need to go on first, and some cars might need to go on last because those cars are coming off first whenever it gets to where it's going. So you gotta, you know, that's how the routes are run. It's stressful sometimes, but you learn to work with it. Like I said, Indy, I think we got it harder because we up here in the crossroads, not to mention the weather is horrible sometimes in the winter. Summertime is fair. Wintertime is harsh, you know, so wherever you work at, just know that that's what you're gonna deal with. That's how they run. You got meat points, vending machines, and hubs. That's how they run. And you, like I said, you home every day. So, yep. So, this has been my review segment of Carvana. So, peace, love, and happiness. Shalom.